Thank you, everyone. Good morning, everyone. So I'm Jawad Alaoui. I'm the CEO of Norma. I'm also associate professor on Gustave Eiffel in deep learning and machine learning, with a course mainly focused on evaluation, and you'll see that it's very related to what I'm going to show you today. So I'm going to explain what is a level up application. This is a framework that we built internally, and explain how we can use it and what will be the benefit for you. So quickly, we're also an agency, so we're building a big data model, big data platforms. We're building multi-agent systems, mainly for banking, but also for other kind of startups in energy, in real estate, or in telecommunication. We're full engineer team, so there is only engineers in the team. We're 20 engineers, data and email engineers, but also with different skills in building, I would say, big data systems and softwares. Our clients, as I said, are a lot of startups, but we work also with big companies when they want to develop innovative systems around AI. And we're now 5 years old, so we started just during the COVID crisis. Okay, so what is the problem? We're building a lot of agents, as I said, for many years now, and we started seeing a big adoption of AI, and mainly for the agents. What is an agent? An agent is typically an AI that can take decisions. Okay, this is the big difference between assistants, chatbots, and agents. Agents, you will give them the context, the task, and they will have to do it and communicate instead of you with external persons. Okay, you're not controlling the system; it's directly communicating with people. So the agents are now taking off. For example, you saw that for Albania, they decided to have an agent as a minister, taking decisions, doing some tasks where they feel that AI can be very useful and not taking benefit for the decisions. But on the other side, we can see that still have articles, research articles explaining for a multi-turn agent, so agent that is communicating and exchanging information with a human. When you reach a certain level, 5 or 6 exchanges, the quality of the outputs drops a lot. We still have now, about 40% of accuracy, which is very low if you are giving your trust to the agent. So here we have a big gap between what we want to do, what we want the AI to do, and what's actually able to do, statistically speaking. Okay, so we have at least to be able to assess and decide if an AI is good enough to do something in our name. And here comes the Level App. So Level App is a framework that we built. We built it internally, so this is what we call God feeding. I don't know if you know the word, but it's something that we used internally to test our own projects, and we felt that it was bringing a lot of value and decided to start sharing it as an open source framework, but also as a SaaS. So what is Level App? It's an open source framework designed to cover different aspects of agents' tasks. We can simplify that in 3 different kinds: extraction, classification, and generation. So for example, when we are doing emailing or automatic emailing or sending messages to generation, we're classifying documents or emails. This is classification task. And when doing extraction, for example, the presentation that we had just before, it's an extraction. So for this kind of tasks, we also manage to cover the evaluation. as I said, it's an open source, so we can self-host it. You can have it internally, especially for banking, of course, because they like to have things over to control the data sensitivity. They want to have the frameworks and the tools deployed internally. And we have two nice features. The first one is the batch testing. It means that if, for example, you have a chatbot, you want to test it, you need to have thousands of discussions in order to have sense of performance. Okay, so our solution is doing this batch testing. It's going to send thousands of tests at the same time to stress test somehow your chatbot, okay, with the defined scenarios. And the second very nice feature for developers is continuous integration. So you can set up the application or the framework and connect it with your development system or your, usually it will be GitHub or GitLab if you're developers and using this kind of tools. And it will be automatically be triggered and be evaluating your work as soon as there's something new coming into your code. Okay, so just to explain very quickly how it works, we have an API or an AI application, and you have the framework that you see here, and is this and actually the framework is going to call without being into your system. So this is why we call it it's agnostic, so you don't need to change your development or you don't need to change your solution. It's something that will call your system from outside, and it will use what we call the gold standard. So in evaluation, if you want to be sure of the quality of your evaluation, you'll need to set up a gold standard. It's what you expect as a result. For example, for extraction, what is the good result you should obtain for that extraction and for that document. So you will have to define the scenarios. And when running that several times, as I said, it's at scale, so it will be thousands of times, hundreds of times, depending on the criticality of your scenario, you will obtain a dashboard summarizing the results. Here, for example, you will have a summary of what is the global performance, and you can deep dive in every scenario, checking every result if you feel that you need to understand where is the issue and how to fix it. Okay, so you have both vision, big summary with summarized metrics, and a detailed tracking of every scenario into the detailed view. I was saying you can integrate that with your GitHub. So for example, here it's a GitHub screen that you can see. You can connect the system using extensions, and every time you have a new development, new version coming, something pushed by your team, an evaluation will run and will give you a slight summary into the GitHub. You can, of course, click on the link to obtain more information, which is very handy because you can ensure that your development team is integrating the evaluation during the development and not at the end and like a few days before the production. And here is another screen. Again, it's showing the global evaluation results. And as you can see at the right, you have a slider when you can check details. Like here, you can see a comparison between what was the expected result and what was the result received from the agent. Also, some metrics about average, time execution, average score. Also, something very interesting. The framework is open source, as I said, so you can also define your own metrics. If for your industry or your example, your own business, you have different way to evaluate agent, you can very simply add a new metric, and it will be also displayed as one of the metrics in the screens. And this is it. Thank you very much for your attention.